Welcome to the Bearcat Beat on LSPN, where each week we share conversations about everything that makes Sherman ISD athletics so great. I'm your host, Chris Daly. Sherman Bearcat Athletics represent the heart and soul of our community, where champions are made both on the field and in the classroom. Our student athletes embody the Bearcat spirit through dedication, perseverance, and excellence, creating memories and building character that will last a lifetime. Remember, it's better to be a Bearcat. This is just one of the many amazing things that the Booster Club accomplishes throughout the year for all sports. If you're interested in joining the Sherman Athletic Booster Club, or if you want to purchase some merchandise to show your Sherman Bearcat love, you can visit the website at shermanisd.net under the Athletics tab. All right, welcome back to the Bearcat Beat. I'm Chris Daly. I am joined today by Coach Reeca Huntsman. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. It's a little cool, but, doing good.
Very true.
Yeah, so you're the Sherman softball coach. How long have you been coaching there?
This is my 8th year to be at Sherman.
Nice. Nice. Well, last year didn't turn out, a great season in terms of going far in the playoffs. In fact, even going in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But talk to me about what you lost from last year, and then we'll talk about this year.
Yeah, so even go back to even a couple of years ago, we went 2 rounds deep. We lost a really strong senior class, and we had some coming right behind them. And we were in there literally until the last run of our last game against Denison. It was just a tough loss, but that team is back for the most part. They're all back and ready to go. We know what we're looking at this year, and we're ready to go.
Nice. So let's talk about some of the players. Who are the players that are going to make an impact on this year?
I have 6 seniors, one new coming senior who moved from TCS to Sherman. She's currently in basketball. And then I have, Aubrey and Maddie. Aubrey Mask and Maddie Whitmire have, been a huge part of our team since their freshman year. Azaria Doobie, she'll play first base and pitch for us. Aaliyah Green's coming in as a strong hitter. I look for great things from her. Annabelle Howard has spent a lot of time behind the plate, and she will play a huge role for us, if not behind the plate, then in the outfield this year. And then, I got some juniors and sophomores to round them out that all have varsity experience, and then maybe a couple of freshmen in the mix. We'll see.
So. Nice. And then, if people looking at your team this year describe Sherman softball, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it pitching? Is it fielding? Is it running? Is it smart, play?
I have to say, I think it's probably going to be our offense. That's been one of our strong points for the last 3-4 years. Last year we were down a little bit with our bats, but I think we're going to pick right back up to where we were 2 years ago. I think we're going to have some big hitters in our lineup. I'm looking forward to that. So I think offense.
Nice. Cool. So how do you go about convincing a team that won 7 games last year that, hey, you can win 18, you can win 20, you can go far? How do you convince them of that?
I think they know what's in front of them. Last year, our pitcher was a freshman. She was, it was all new to her. And It's not this year. She knows, we know, we're ready. I don't think there's any convincing to do. I think they know exactly what's laid out in front of them and what we have to do to perform.
Excellent. And what is the atmosphere in workouts? Some coaches are just hard driven and it's work. Others, it's relaxed. It's a lot more fun. What is your environment?
I've always thought this team, our culture, the way we do things, we are really, really good at flipping the switch. We are fun. We love each other. We're really good teammates. But then when it's time to compete, they are really good at flipping that switch. And I think this year especially, but in the years past, our leaders, they've been around that and they've carried that through for the last 3-4 years. So I would think we are very good at both. We have fun, but we compete.
Time to get serious. Yeah, yeah, love it. So talk to me about the district. Like I said, didn't make the playoffs last year, but you've got experience,
Mhm.
especially in this district.
Mhm.
What do you see from the district this year?
Our district is tough. Three of the four teams that made the playoffs last year went multiple rounds deep. One of them winning the state championship the last 2 years. Very well could this year. That's Melissa. They have just reloaded. They didn't lose a whole lot to begin with, and what they did, they've reloaded. So Melissa, Walnut Grove, and Lovejoy are all expected to be at the top of the district again. They're going to be tough to compete with. I think Denison has a new pitcher coming in, which we're very aware of, and we've got to get past her. And then I think it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the district kind of rounds out. We're right there in the mix. We could steal a game from any of those teams.
Mhm.
And we know, again, Lovejoy and Walnut Grove didn't lose much either, but we know exactly what we have to do to beat them.
Excellent. And you mentioned Denison. The football rivalry goes way back. How is the rivalry at the softball level?
I won't say it's the same. We don't put the same number of fans in the seats, but like on the field, it's the same. There's no other game that anybody wants to win. And it doesn't matter how good either one of the teams are in that competition. That game is just
Yeah,
different. It could be anybody's game.
I love that. I love that. Um, and do you have some coaches will have themes, weekly themes? Hey, we're going to work on, XYZ this week, and next week our focus is going to be something else. Do you do that, or is it like, hey, this is what you get every week?
Done it in the past. Sometimes it just becomes monotonous, and I'm not doing it this year. This group is a little different. I don't need to. Our heart and soul of our team they're super focused. I just kind of let them take the lead a lot of days, and we haven't done that this year. So
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, that's huge. If you can be, what's the saying, player led and coach fed, if you can build that in your culture, that is so powerful.
yeah, I believe in that, and we've tried to do that. I try to empower them to be leaders. We spend a lot of time on leadership and being good teammates, what it looks like. And, a lot of times we assume that they know what that looks like and how to do that. And they really don't. So we try
Right.
to spend a lot of time teaching how do if you're going to be a leader, you have to have followers. Well, how do you get them to follow you? And stay true to who you are, not be somebody you're not. So we spend a lot of time on that. And this year, I'm really proud of our leaders and who they are, who they've become in the process, because they've seen the ones come before them. They know how they responded. And now when the shoe's on their feet, they have to also decide how do they want to be looked at amongst their teammates. So we spend a lot of time on that. This year I haven't done the what's our focus this week or what's our
Mhm.
word. I have in the past, but just haven't needed to this year.
I love that. And talk about the community. Everybody has the parents show up, but
Mhm.
what does the community's support look like for Sherman softball?
We love our younger softball sisters, I guess you could call them. We spend
Mhm.
a lot of time in the community with our younger softball players. We do the camps in the summer. We will go to their opening ceremonies for SYSA. Several of my kids help coach and participate in the SYSA, the youth sports. So we really do get a lot of support from the younger ones in that respect. We get some baseball fans because we're playing right next to the baseball team.
Yeah,
We get a lot of crossover from baseball and softball, and vice versa for them as well. We do have a lot of community support, and our kids are very visible in the community with the jobs that they're working and the people that they know. So we get a lot of support from all over the community.
I love that. Um, and how has you been there long enough to see ebbs and flows in participation? Softball is a growing sport. What has participation looked like over the previous few years?
It's really interesting. I don't know that this could be with really any other sport, or if it's the same for any other sports in Sherman. But in the recent past, we've been very talented, and I had fewer players.
Mhm.
And then it seems now it's kind of switched. I have a lot of players that are wanting to come out for softball, but they've never played before. So
Right.
it's interesting. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know if that's we're losing them somewhere along the way, youth-wise, and then they come back and they want to play again. Or if they're just wanting to be a part of the program and that speaks to our program, I'm not sure. But I've never had this before. I don't know that I've ever seen it before, but I have a lot that have never played that just want to be a part.
Yeah, I wonder if it has something to do with things like the new professional softball league and just people noticing it later in their life.
It very well could. I don't know. I think maybe there's something to it in the youth leagues. I'm not sure if we're not getting them as early as we used to, or if they're missing out, or maybe they're just, deciding they want to play softball. I'm not sure.
It's time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
But I'm not mad about it.
No, not at all.
I like it.
Yeah. Numbers are great for sure. Cause that's your job, is to make them into softball players.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some days are easier than others. It's a highly skilled sport. It's not, I won't say it's like basketball or even football where you can just go be an athlete some days. There's a lot of skill to this sport. So it's, every day is different.
Yeah. If you could explain that a little bit, because, it is clearly different, and it's very sport specific, the skills. And if you could call out some of that, just so people understand, that there's a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I mean, it would be similar to somebody who's never played golf going out to the golf course. You're not going to automatically be great at golf. It takes lots of practice. I would say the throwing motion does not come natural to everyone. It just doesn't. And hitting's the same. And I think then you also have to choose, if you're left or right-handed, which to put a basketball in your left or right hand maybe feels comfortable one way or the other, but sometimes hitting you're not really sure, or throwing you're not really sure because it just feels different. There's a lot of skill to the sport. To walk out and play at the varsity level and you've never played before, it's difficult. I don't think people quite understand until you actually get out there and do it. And even playing catch, it's just a highly skilled sport.
Got it.
I'd compare it to golf.
Okay, cool. Well, give me your guess at how the team's going to do this year.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody knows our district, and it is probably the toughest. It's probably the toughest in the state. I think Melissa's going to finish first, no question, in my mind, anyways. And then I think Lovejoy and Walnut Grove, they both have Division I pitchers and several other Division I signees playing on their teams. I think they're fighting it out for second and third. Mm-hmm. And I hope it comes down to us and Denison for that fourth spot. I really think it will.
That would be awesome.
So they're pitching. She's an OSU commit. I'm excited to face her. I think we're excited to play Denison. I think it'll come down to that game. I hope it does.
I love that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, Coach, gosh, I want to thank you so much for taking some time to share going into the season. And hopefully we'll be talking after it's all said and done and high-fiving you about a great season.
I hope. I can't wait.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for listening to the Bearcat Beat. Each week throughout the school year, you will hear all sorts of great information about all the athletic programs at Sherman ISD. Please do us a favor, like, share, comment, do whatever you can to help us reach more Bearcat fans.
Hey Coach, Lone Star Gridiron has been the leader in Coach's Show podcasts for 20 years, and now you can get your own Coach's Show podcast each week during the season as a fundraiser for your booster club. Yes, booster clubs all over are using these podcasts to help their sports programs. You get to share the stories of your program and your kids to a huge audience and make money. We started with just football, but this year have expanded to make them available for all sports. Call 713-269-4620 to find out the details and get your Coach's Show started.